And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Sports Analysts Podcast. We are back. Thank you for hanging in there with us. We took a week off to mourn the U.S. men's soccer's pathetic situation, but we are back now. Jessa, how we doing? You were also traveling the world.
Yeah, traveling the world in the great foreign land of Louisville, Kentucky. You asked if I saw Marcus Popemeister, and I will say that I bought my first red piece of clothing in the form of a Louisville football shirt just to stick it to him. So,
Love it.
So, yeah, Kentucky was good. I was coaching basketball. It's my last one for a while, and my 8th graders won 4 games in Kentucky, which is very hard to do. We were playing some of the best teams from other states, and they won 4 games. So,
Dude, let's go. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was good.
Huge shout out.
Went to high school. Yeah, shout out them.
Oh, dang. That's amazing. Great job, Jess. Look at you go.
Thanks.
That is incredible.
Yep.
That is very cool.
It was good. I will say, I was going to ask you, how was Atlanta today and this week? Because there was a big soccer game in Atlanta. Do we want to talk about the U.S. first, or do we want to talk about Argentina?
Nope.
Okay, great.
Nope.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, we're just coming off of the greatest, some of the best sports that you have ever seen in your entire life. Argentina is literally just magic. There's no other way to explain it except for witchcraft and magic and sorcery and alchemy and all the different things that we don't understand. I don't understand how it works. After England scored, I was so down and out. I was mad. I hated the world, but Argentina did not quit, and they came back. They won por los Malvinas. It's crazy. I don't understand. It's truly just been magic to watch this World Cup, and I'm loving every second of it.
I read a stat. Is it correct that they have not led in regulation? Is that right? Or
I think since the Cape Verde game.
Since the Cape Verde game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to, like, you think about those great stories in sports. Like, you think about the NC State Survive and Advance, where you're like, they can't be doing this again. Like, Are they really going to do this again? Like, almost Baker Mayfield last year. Like, another fourth quarter comeback? Are you kidding me? So, yeah, it's been cinema to watch them just, as soon as they get momentum, it's scary times. Lightning in a bottle, man. So fun.
It is absolutely bonkers. Messi is freaking 40 years old, 39, and just still kicking around, getting winning assists, 2 assists in today's game. Like, it is truly magical. Like, there just really is no other explanation. Like, and watching it is almost kind of like makes me sad because I don't think I'll ever get to experience that kind of pandemonium ever. Like,
100%.
The amount that Argentinians care about Argentinian football and just the pure like pandemonium of all the feelings about England and the game against the enemy, right? And then overcoming it in such dramatic fashion, it on the backs of so many dramatic wins. Like, I will never experience that. And if I think about it too long, it makes me really sad because that is the closest you can get to experiencing pure joy that I think you ever will get in sports.
Yeah, so cool. So cool. Yeah, you hit it on the head. I think that there is no other comparison to players playing for their country. And like, you can't even compare it to the Olympics because it's one sport, one game that happens 4 times a year with the greatest player of all time. I mean, yeah, pretty special.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Something else that happened in the last week or so is College Football 27. EA Sports College Football 27 came out. We've been waiting for this for a very long time. Have you had the chance to play it? I know you were traveling.
Yes, I've played a little bit of Road to Glory high school.
Okay.
I think I've committed a quarterback to Oregon State. And then,
sick. That's where I am at my dynasty.
No way.
Let's go Beavs. Go Beavs.
Okay, nice. And then what's the other thing I did? I've got a dynasty going. I think I got a dynasty going with BYU. That's who I started with.
Of course.
Which is kind of risky business because, yeah. Oh. And I'm manifesting because I went 11-1, and guess who I lost to?
Utah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm so sorry. I guess how I did it. Guess how I did it. I threw a pick six.
I was about to say it has to be a pick six.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. But maybe it's
Oh,
reverse juju, so we'll be okay.
yep.
So I got it out of the
Let's
way, so it's not going to happen.
hope and pray that that is not a prediction of the season. I don't care if we go 11-1 and make the playoff. I don't think that would be a successful season if we lost to Utah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just going to
just
go out and
lived
say that
that.
right
You
now.
just lived that 2 years ago. So, yeah. How is it? How's the gameplay for you? I'm sure you've played it way more than I have.
I absolutely love it. It feels so much more real than the old games. We always talk about the EA BS.
Yeah.
It feels like there's way less of it in this game. It feels like everything is earned, everything is realistic. If you're winning a matchup on the outside, like you can actually throw the deep ball and win. And like if your guy has
Yeah.
inside release, you can actually throw it inside and he's going to get to it. There's none of this just like, oh, all of a sudden the safety glitches in front of my guy or speeds up at the last second. Like, I don't know. I have absolutely loved it. What about you?
I was just gonna ask if there were any players that you've played with that are really fun to play with so far. And I will say on BYU's roster, I've been underwhelmed with LJ Martin for some reason. He's like not
Okay.
very fast, and I feel like
Yeah.
he's got good breakaway speed. Maybe I just suck. Everybody needs to keep that in mind too. I might just suck. Kyler Casper is like really good. Catching
Okay. Okay.
traffic is really good. And then I'll say that Walker Lyons is really good. Bear is okay too,
Interesting. Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, Shmev is really really good. Our defense is really good on
Love that.
as well. But so I've been playing a lot with BYU, and I think that it's been a lot of fun. But have there been any players that you have enjoyed playing with?
I've been doing a lot of Dynasty, so it's a lot of
Okay,
just
cool.
like my recruits. And
Yep.
Dynasty is so hard now because you have to manage NIL budgets and paying for
Yes.
facilities and staff and roster, and it's very very difficult to kind of find the balance. But it's very very fun and very realistic. BYU on that note, BYU won the national championship in my first year of the Dynasty. I was playing with Sacramento State. This was not me. They won the national championship and they've been to the semifinals each of the last 2 years, and they went to the national championship and lost one of those years. So again, I'm hoping that is the prediction: is that
Yeah.
we win the national championship and not that we lose to Utah.
Yeah.
So take that
Yeah.
as you will, I guess.
We're just putting all the different vibes out there. We'll see what the universe comes back with, I guess. But yeah, I'll probably play
Yeah,
some tonight, to be honest.
yep. It is absolutely incredible. Love it. Everybody should get it, and we'll all hop on and play together. It would be very fun.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about real football now because
Yeah.
Big 12 Media Days happened. And Jess, I want to play a little game with you to kind of explore the storylines of Media Days. It's called Like or No Like. Okay? You either like something or you no like something. Very simple. Do you
Deal.
have any questions?
No, I would be concerned if I had any questions.
First thing, Media Days in general. Like or no like?
uh, like it's content in the off season, and that would be my
Okay.
only reason. I would say like for Big 12, no like for SEC as an added bonus.
Of
What about you?
course. Uh, yeah, I mean, if we just have to choose one or the other, it's probably like, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have it than not have it. But also, like, let's be honest, these do not matter. Like, this is literally just to give the media some fodder for the last, like, 2 months before the season starts. I really don't think there's anything that you can actually take away from them. As we're about to do a 20-minute segment on what we take away from them, I think there's absolutely nothing that you can actually take.
Seriously, I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna look up the preseason polls because they poll all the coaches on team rankings and then preseason like Big 12 All American teams and whatever. And I'm pretty sure that the preseason polls have been dead wrong. Like, could not have been
Oh,
more wrong each of the last 3 years. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch it this year's be dead wrong. But
yes.
yeah, I agree. There's not a ton you can take away from it, but But yeah, I'll just look that up.
Yeah, famously, Arizona State in what was it, 2 years ago, was picked to finish dead last, and they actually
Yes.
won the conference and went to the playoffs, and were one corrupt officiating call away from taking down Texas. I will never let that die. That is why I do not
Yep.
watch the college football playoff anymore.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, this is that's actually why they stopped doing like the official Big 12 coaches poll, was
Yeah.
because they didn't want anybody to get harmed for appearing at the bottom of the poll, and then they go win the whole dang thing, kind of like Arizona State. I guess to play off of that, BYU in this unofficial poll that On3 did, which is like a third party, right? Like sports media, like you can follow them on Twitter. I don't really know what they do. They're just like a sports media entity. They of what's the word? Allegedly polled all of the Big 12 coaches, and BYU was the favorite, the most picked team that was favored to win the league. Now, Jessa, do you like or do you no like?
No like. No like. Every time I think about BYU having expectations, I think of the stadium tour that I did before the Wyoming game in 2023.
Okay.
Um, and who are we talking to? We were talking to a certain player's dad who is on staff. I won't say names. Um, but if you remember in 2023, was it 2022 or 2023 that we got absolutely dog walked by Oregon? When did you go to
Uh,
Austin?
I want to say
I want to say it was 23.
that was 20. Was it
Was it
23 or
22?
22?
I can't
I think
remember.
I think it was 2022 because
Okay.
in 2023 that was our first time in the Big 12, right?
Oh, yes, yes, you're right, you're right. You're right. We played them in 22. That's right. It was our last year of independence.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Um, and I remember because that year we had aspirations to like make a New Year's Six bowl and make a run.
We're coming off
And
a 10-2 year.
yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, this player's dad was like, yeah, all the boys in the locker room really bought into the hype and really like started to feel good about themselves and forgot that it's about the work you put in instead of chasing outcomes. And like we really drank the Kool-Aid. Like that's what
It's
he
not
said.
what you want to hear, by the way,
Not
for all
what we
you
want.
listeners out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. So every time I think of expectations, I think of that. So I need all of the players to think we're just chasing a bowl game here because nothing is earned. And if you let up for a second, then all of a sudden you lose 3 games in a row in college football, especially with our schedule. So I no like long-winded answer. No like. Okay.
Uh,
Team 7-5.
yep. I totally agree with you, Jessa. I 2-10 is on the table. I'm going to say it again. Said it last year, and we won 11 games. 2-10 is on the table. Okay, everybody. This schedule is so different. Like, I'm not just blowing smoke here. This we actually could go like 7-5, 6-6 again. Like, I'm very worried that we're going to have a sharp fall off this season. So obviously, no like that BYU is picked. Now, I will be the very first person. Me and you both will be the first people to come to BYU's defense when they are 10-2 or 11-1 or 10-0, right, in the later portions of the season, and we will say, give this team the respect they deserve because of what we've done. And that is fair by us because we are going off of things that we have actually seen and done, and BYU is not getting respect for things that they have done. When it's the opposite way around, and BYU is getting respect for things they have not done, that is the opposite. That is bad. That is horrible. That is the polar opposite of what we want. We want BYU to be praised for things they do and not praised for things they don't do, because then that complacency comes in and everything ends up bad, like you said, Jessa. So I'm with you. No like.
We like the Cougs to be underestimated, and they like to be underestimated. It's a fine line though, um, and you said it perfectly. To where when they do things well, we like they should get the flowers for that. But when they haven't, everybody shut up. wait for it to happen. Okay, we've got to beat a team on a national stage this year. Like
Yep.
we've got to make a bowl game, like you just said. So yeah, we will wait and see. Ceiling is high, but the floor is low.
The floor is definitely low. Just like you said something very important. BYU needs to win on the national stage. Last year, I don't think we can say that BYU really did that. Our
Yeah,
biggest win was Utah, right? Like I think we can all agree that was BYU's best win last year. Utah was like a
yeah,
9-3 team,
yep.
right? BYU absolutely shat the bed against Texas Tech in their two biggest games this season. And I can't speak for the committee because I don't give a rat's ass about what they think and what they do. But I think if you look at the end of the day, why was X team, I think it was Miami, right, chosen above BYU is because BYU didn't have a signature win. Just is Notre Dame our single opportunity at getting that this year? Is it basically don't make any mistakes and you have to beat Notre Dame? Is that really what the gambit is for BYU this year?
I would say that if Notre Dame is our only loss, then we're good.
Okay.
But I would say that if you lose to Notre Dame and the other only strong team on your schedule, so let's say a Utah, then
Yeah.
you're in the same boat that like Texas is last year. And they didn't
Mm.
make it, right? Is like they
And they
didn't
weren't
really
really even
have,
close.
yeah, right? Like they were 10-2 and played poorly against some weak teams and lost early, right? And so I think that if you beat Notre Dame, you can have two losses, if that answers
Oh,
your
okay.
question.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think a 10-2 BYU with a win over Notre Dame and a spot in the conference championship gets
True.
in. There's so many variables. So I would say yes, Notre Dame is the signature win. At Utah would also be a signature win though.
True. On the road.
Yeah.
Assuming the Utes put it together, right?
Yeah.
Because they very well could just completely flop and
Yeah.
be terrible, which would be hilarious, but also suck for BYU because, like you said, that's really the only team on this list that's going to get you a lot of like national cachet.
And that's very true because in last time we went to Utah in 23, or was that 23? Last time we went to Utah? 24. 24.
2024.
In 24, that win didn't really help us because they sucked, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, to answer your question, I think Notre Dame probably is the only opportunity for a signature win. Um, unless,
Gotta
like, yeah, that's it.
gotta have it. Like
Hmm.
you gotta have it, right? And like especially like I mean, let's be honest. The other good teams on this, besides Notre Dame and Utah, are probably TCU and Arizona. And you play
Yeah.
both of those teams early. And we all know how the playoff committee is only really like favors things that happen late in the year. Like if you're going to lose early because they forget about it. But if you're going to win big, you got to win big late against you got to have your schedule backloaded, right? Because that's when the committee is going to think that it matters more, even though that's all complete crap, right? That's so really you have to win all your games and you have to beat Notre Dame. And yeah, I'm a little more skeptical. I think if you beat Notre Dame, then you can only have one loss. Like I don't
That's
know if
probably
10 and
true.
2 BYU is getting in. But again, like if you win the Big 12, you're in. So that's really
Yeah.
all that matters. Anyway, we're getting off topic. We're talking about the playoff, which I hate because I hate the playoff and I don't watch it and I don't care. Um,
Maybe we should go there next, though, because there was lots of talk about playoff expansion and lots of
there was
questions
indeed.
asked about playoff expansion to 24 teams. And Kalani was kind of like, I felt like his answer was, sure, I'm not going to like campaign for it, but I do think that 24 teams is good for the sport. Like, let's just expand it to 24. Am I off base there? Or what was the vibe you got?
No, that's exactly like his answer was the classic. Like, I'm not here to campaign. I'm not going to say anything. But also, like, if it were up to me, I'd go to 24.
Yeah.
I personally don't care. Like I said, I do not care about the playoff, and I'm not going to watch. If BOU's in it, I'll watch, but only because like that's my team, and
Yeah.
that's it. So I really could not care less about whether the playoff expands or not. So if we're going like or no like, I am a hard like dot dot dot. What are we talking about? Question mark.
Yeah. I think that I'm the same way because it's not the number of teams that I dislike about the playoff. It's
Mhm.
the fact that it's an invitational. So expand it to 68 teams. If you're still going to go through and subjectively select teams and make the regular season not matter as much because it's which games were these old dudes looking at
Mhm.
on a Saturday night? What box scores were they watching? Then it really doesn't matter, and it's an invitational, and so it loses its. And honestly, the games are lame. I'm gonna be real. Like last year was probably the most exciting year, but we still like. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I don't care either. So question mark is probably good for lots of talk about expanding the playoff. Do we like or no like? I don't know. Burn the committee down and then let's
Eh,
talk.
eh.
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Let's go to this one. Let's talk some sponsorships. Okay,
yes,
the Monster Energy Big 12. Okay, I think if the question ended there, I think we could both say like. The branding is sick. Okay, cool,
sure, yep,
right? However, it was only $20 million. Okay, and this is total. This is not per school. Okay, UNLV, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, that doesn't even have its own stadium anymore. Or maybe they do, but they just don't play in it. Anyway, they got a uniform patch for $2 million themselves, a G5 team in the Mountain West. They're not even in the fake Pac 12. They're in the Mountain West Conference that plays on CBSSN and the Mountain Online. Okay? They got a $2 million uniform patch jersey like deal. The Big 12 schools are getting $1.6 million for having Monster Energy, not only on their jerseys, but on their jerseys for men's and women's basketball and on basketball courts and football fields and on the entire Big 12. Who on earth made this deal, Jessa?
they basically so they sold the naming rights, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how this plays out on broadcasts and stuff. Are they going to say like, "Welcome to Saturday night featured Monster Energy Big 12 like matchups"? Like what? Yeah, the number seems insanely low for that. Texas Tech farts 1.6 million. Like
Yeah.
I did hear an interesting take on this
Okay.
though
Okay.
that I'm not business savvy enough to know if this has any weight, but I will share it here. They said that this is the first deal of its kind in the Power 4 era.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are kind of looking at it as potentially a proof of concept to be like, "Hey, Monster, okay, we'll try this. Let's see what engagement it does for Monster, and then down the line, let's look at bigger and bigger contracts." And so it's almost like a trial run to see what kind of success this partnership will have. Um, its number still seems low though. They couldn't. I
Yeah.
just yeah. I feel like Monster kind of got away with something here.
They definitely did. Question on that, just because I also am not business savvy. Um, how do you measure that? Are we just measuring like Monster's total revenue from before and after the deal? I I have no idea how you measure the impact or the financial value of, oh, we got our money's worth versus no we didn't. Like,
That is a question for Ricky Douglas and AJ. So in the comments below or in Sports Analysts,
yep,
AJ and Ricky Douglas, you entrepreneurs, you let us know how these metrics are measured. Okay? Okay.
yes. And then just as homework, uh do all the math for us, and at the end of the season present to us whether or not this was worth the amount of money that it was worth.
Perfect. Perfect. But I'm with you. I am a big fan of the partnership period. Like
Oh,
take I think it's sweet. And I also think it's cool the Big 12 is doing it the first time. Or is
um
leading out on it.
I will say I very much agree. I very much like that this is the Monster Energy Big 12. Like if we're going to go down this route, let's go the Monster Energy route and
Yeah.
not like the Peeps chickens like or the Tootsie Roll like Big 12, right?
Yo.
This is
Yeah.
Monster Energy. Blah. Like that's the energy that we kind of need.
Totally. Totally. Yep. I love it. Speaking of sponsorships, Entrada, um, yeah, okay, bear with me, is the first jersey patch sweepstakes winner for BYU football. Um,
What
Entrada
does that
is,
mean?
yeah.
What does that mean?
What does this mean?
Sweepstakes?
They just a bunch of companies were bidding for
Okay.
a spot on BYU's jerseys. Snapback Store Sports was another one in the mix. There are a
Okay.
couple other companies that are in there, and Entrada is the first one to actually sign a contract to where they will be on the above the Nike is what they're saying on BYU's jersey. Here's a little bit of insight, and then I want your thoughts on it. Entrada is a rental property software solution company founded in Utah. So it's just a tech company that's founded in Utah. And according to Doug, their two founders are huge BYU donors. And so I'm like, sure.
Okay.
So like or no like on this?
I would say I like that we're getting money because in this world of college football, as I am learning in my dynasty, if you do not have money, you cannot compete at the highest level. So I like that. I don't like that this is a boring company no one has heard of.
Yeah.
No one being me. Um,
You're not the
so
only one.
I would much rather have this be the Swig jersey patch. I think that fits BYU's brand a lot, and is also very funny. Whereas this one is just like it's like when they put like Rakuten on the Barcelona jerseys for those couple years, and everyone's like, "What is that? Who
Ooh.
knows? I don't know." Like get Qatar Airways back on there. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. So in that respect, I guess I have to give it a like if we're
Okay.
going between the two. What about you?
Yeah. There's one thing that will push me over the edge, and I doubt it happens, but Entrada's logo is red. If they put red on the jersey, we know like. We know like. Don't you dare do that.
We are
Um,
cutting heads if that
yeah,
happens.
that's not happening, Entrada. Also, shame on you, founders, for choosing that as your brand color. Okay?
Right? Come on.
That's on you.
Just go into the Photoshop file and replace color. That's it. It's that easy.
Use the little
Okay?
dropper, find the BYU logo, use that.
Exactly. Exactly. Can't wait for
Okay.
that rebrand. That's
Yeah.
definitely coming. Speaking of rebranding, this is a perfect segue. Bears' buttocks are so much smaller than they used to be. They used to be just honking, hanging out of his pants, just running over, just slamming those cheekers down on Utah players or flapping them in the wind as he hurtles above them. Now they're just like pushed up in there. He is a skinny bro now. He is no longer a bear. He's what we call a mountain lion now, okay? Because it's like this became like this. So, like or no like?
Like, like,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, because he's still like he was pushing 265 last year.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be closer to like 230,
Okay,
and
okay.
that's
But
still a
let's talk
what?
about like the football side now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. What do you mean?
Oh, I thought we were just going on physique and whether or not it's attractive. Like, let's talk football, actually.
I got you. No, okay. So that was where I was going. Okay. Um, you think about being able to like crush dudes and being able to withstand a hit. You know, the
Yeah.
point was he's still going to be beefy. You know,
Okay. Okay.
but I like the fact that maybe he's eating the right things to cut down but still maintain muscle,
Yeah.
and maybe he'll be a little quicker. He did tell Jerem Jordan, I think, that he's cutting down on milkshakes, quote, and he
Okay.
does feel faster. So for those reasons, I like.
Okay. For those reasons specifically.
Yes.
Um, I personally, I don't like,
Ooh.
but I am willing to be wrong. Okay. If he comes out and kills it this year, I will be the first one to be like, hand up, skinny boys forever, right? Gang, gang, whatever. Um, if he sucks though, like we need to put this man on the supersize me diet. Let's get him back up to weight. Let's make him the extra heavyweight class. X on the helmet, whatever, right? Because I hate it. Like, and the NFL does this a lot. Not the NFL, but like teams and coaches and franchises. Like, they're like, "Oh, you're really good, but you are like this. Let's make you less like what made you great and more like what we think is
Mm,
great." You know, like the
mm,
Taysom Hill thing, where it's like, "Oh, Taysom Hill, you are this incredible read option quarterback. Let's put you under center for your senior season and not have you run the ball at all." And it's like you took everything that made him special and not allowed him to do that. Now, I don't think that they are necessarily doing this with Bear. It's just like it's like a micro version of that. They're just like, "Oh, you're this huge guy that can just run over people. Let's make you not be able to run over people." But if it does translate to better throwing mechanics, better agility, the ability to stop and change direction without taking 1,800 steps in 10 yards, like
yeah,
that
true.
would be really cool. So I reserve my ability to have this become a like down the road.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like a lot of this, right? It's like, oh,
Yes,
that's an intriguing development in the off season. Let's see how it plays out. So,
exactly.
but it definitely is a change. Dude has, I think Jackson said Bear Zempic is on the team now. So,
Oh yeah, like Ozempic
yep,
Kalani in college football games.
yep,
It's
that's
just
exactly right.
Ozempic Bear Zempic.
We've got one more topic to cover.
We do
That
indeed, and Jessa, this is the most important topic, I think.
uh,
Morgan, Scumbag Scally, and Kalani both mentioned in different parts this idea of like having the BYU Utah rivalry be less toxic and less like hateful than it used to be. Obviously, Kyle Whittingham was a complete scumbag, and we hate him. And he hated us, right? He wouldn't let the players say BYU's name, and like as a 12-year-old and going on that losing streak and having them just like rub it in our faces, like I absolutely hated that, and that was the worst thing ever. And I have this huge like complex about Utah because during my formative years I was crushed as a child. My balls were stepped on multiple times by this team up north in red. um, so I don't really know how I feel about this. I like this is very different from me. I was kind of looking forward to being the aggressor and like being the one that's stepping on the balls now, you know? Like how do you feel about this? Do you like this kind of direction they're trying to take it? Do you not like it? What are your thoughts?
um, I'm going to say a cautious no, I no like because I don't like Utah. I was going to say a cautious like because I do despise the way that Kyle Whittingham handled the rivalry with every for the exact same reasons you said, like perfectly put. Um, so I want to say that it's cool to see Morgan kind of taking after Kalani, right?
Hmm.
In this way of like let's come together. But I don't. He's still coaches for Utah, and he has said not very nice things about BYU in the past. So we'll just
Yep.
see how it plays out. I do not want BYU letting their guard down. That is what I will say.
Yes.
So that's probably
Absolutely.
why I don't like it. Is like, no, we need. These are. This is still little brother. This is still filled with hatred and vitriol between the fans, and it is still not okay to lose to them. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's why I would
Yes.
lean towards not like.
I'm 100% with you. Um, One, the exact same reason, right? Like, I don't want our players to ever think that this is just another game. Like, this matters so much to us as fans that the players can't be taught from both ends. Like, this is just another game. Let's treat it just like another game, right? Now, they still have to treat it like another game because we can't be out there throwing punches, right? I don't want us
Yeah.
to lose the game. But you have to understand and play with the urgency and the energy that we carry into the game as fans, right? They just need to channel it better than we do because we can do whatever we want because we're fans. We just yell all the time. Um, I also don't like humanizing Utah. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I don't like that they're being like nice and they're like, oh, they're actually real people. Like, I want them to be evil so that I can hate them and feel this righteous indignation for hating evil, right? Like, clearly England was evil. I'm sorry, Elliot. They were the embodiment of evil. Jude Bellingham slapping a guy in the back of the head as he's just celebrating, okay? We need to be able to hate evil. And if we humanize evil, then all of a sudden, what is this, right? We can't just be like playing patty cake out there with the devil, okay? Now, I would just like to say that this is completely a sports philosophy, okay? I am wholly against othering other cultures or races or countries, and I think everyone should have a spot in the world, except for Utah on the football field. I want them to lose every game, and I want them to be vicious and villainous, and I want to be able to berate them for their villainy as we crush them and crush their souls on the football field. Does that make sense?
Perfectly. Perfectly. And I'm glad you added in the bit about like, hey, at the end of the day, this is a sport. Can we all remember? Like, this is a
Yes.
sport. But it absolutely needs to have some sports. I say, hey, I'm sorry, Doug is gonna get mad at me because he's very much like, come together. Um, very some hate. Like it's what makes
Yeah.
the rivalry. If the hate goes away on the field, right? Not human to human. We don't hate the human to human, right? We hate the logo to logo is
Yes.
what it
The
is.
idea.
Yes, the idea, that's what makes it fun. Have some skin in the game, okay? And yeah, I want it to continue to be fun for
Yep.
that reason. So I know like right now, but I'm glad that Morgan and Kalani are nice to each other. That's
Yeah.
nice. And I like that
Yeah.
Morgan will say BYU's name. So that's nice.
That is
I don't know.
very different, I will
It's very
say.
different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Any last thoughts on BYU, Big 12 Media Days, anything we've covered? We got about a minute left. What are you
BYU,
taking away? Yeah.
I mean, media days came and went. We've got college football 27. We've got
Yep.
quarterback on Netflix. And we're in the 50s for days waiting for college football. I'll tell you right now, we have 45 days till college football returns.
Dude, we're getting there.
So,
We're getting close.
and NFL, I mean, we'll have NFL storylines to talk about here soon too.
Very
Coming
true.
into August. That's
Oh
all I
yeah.
got.
No, I'm very sad. I'm with you, Jess. I can't wait for college football. Now that World Cup is ending, it feels like a part of me is dying, and so I kind of need college football to kind of reinvigorate the senses, make me feel alive, you know?
Yeah.
Like today, the emotions I felt watching the Argentina England game, and I'm not even Argentine or whatever, you know, I just hate England and love Argentina, and the emotions you feel just like you don't feel those in everyday life as much as, you know, like as much as you should, I guess. Like it truly is the human experience, feeling just crushing despair and then elational joy, and being able to feel that crushing despair makes those moments of joy feel so much better. So I need that in my life so that I can experience the whole range of humanity without, you know, losing a family member or something to make me actually feel sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sports are the best. I think that's a good place to
Yeah.
end it.
Love it. See you
Awesome.
all next week.